Hi, and welcome to another episode of Event Head TV. Today I am joined by the incredible Tarnya Cook, who is the editor for Australian Content Magazine and is also the branch director for Business and Heels Bayside. And today we are going to be talking about building your community through events. Welcome, Tarnya.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I love having you here.
Oh, it's really exciting to be here.
Can you please tell us more about Business and Heels and your role with them?
Sure. So I am the branch director of one of the Business and Heels. So I'm in the Melbourne Bayside area, and I've been running events with Business and Heels for about 18 months now. Just going over 18 months actually. Yeah, so it's been really exciting.
That's flown really fast.
It has.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I have to think about how long it's been, because it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I keep thinking, oh yeah, 1 year. Then it's like, no, it's 18 months now. And it's like, no, it's more than that now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how did you even get into Business and Heels? How did that start? And how did you end up leading a branch of your own?
So my story is really typical of a lot of corporate women. I was doing a corporate job, working Monday to Friday, 9 till 5. I had 2 small kids at home, and I was travelling 3 hours a day into the city, and I just got to the point where I was burnt out and needed to find something else and work out what I really wanted to do. So I actually resigned from my job one day after having a little bit of a car accident and an epiphany of, I can't do this anymore, something's got to change. And I ended up staying with the company for another 6 months while I was looking for the next thing, what I was going to do. So one day I was actually on the internet just playing around, having a look, and I saw an ad that said, work from home. So I saw the ad and thought, oh, dodgy, but I clicked on it anyway. And I clicked through to this ad looking for people to start their own events group, I guess you could call it, or networking group. And I thought, well, actually that doesn't sound very dodgy. That sounds like fun, something I could do. And I thought I'll just contact the owner and see what it's all about. So it ended up being that it was a really new company coming down to Melbourne, and I would actually be only the second branch owner in Melbourne. So I ended up licensing a branch out and starting up running my events. And so from that moment of saying, okay, I'm going to do it, about 6 weeks later I actually held my first event, which you helped me with.
I did, and I remember it so fondly.
Yeah.
I was really proud of you.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it was the start of something really special. And I guess for me, one of the most amazing things for me to see as an outsider is your community, getting stronger and stronger. And I really think that that's something special to your branch especially. So what do you believe are the key things to creating a strong community?
So I think, there's a few things in that. I think that, when you're trying to build a community, it's really important to, be consistent. I think, for me, I really started with a community of 0. I was begging my family and friends to come and be in this group with me, come to that first event and be in the Facebook group just to start somewhere. But with a lot of effort and a lot of time and just being consistent and continually engaging that group and in that group and running events, it's grown, and it's now grown to, God, I can't even remember. I think we're nearly up to 12, 13, we're over 1,200. I think we're nearly up to 1,300 or so women in that group, which is a really targeted group of Melbourne-based women who are engaged in the group too. So I think it's just about really being consistent and engaging and keeping that group a nice, warm, safe space for people to be a part of.
Oh, that's so incredible. And I can't believe that you've gone from 0 to over 1,200
Either can
women.
I sometimes, because in those early days it was like trying to claw your way to get people to join the group, and now it's just regular people joining up every day. There's more and more requests of people coming in, which is really great, yeah.
That's exciting. And so do you find that a lot of people engage online after your events or in between?
Definitely.
You've got a private Facebook group,
so we've got a Facebook group, which is actually open. I think that's really important, the fact that we keep the group open so that people can see what's going on and what their friends are doing, and when they're engaging and when they're not engaging, then they think, oh, what's that all about? I might want to go and join that. So, I think that's an important factor as well.
Yeah, I really like that idea. Maybe I should try and do that myself.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Well, a lot of people keep their groups private, and it doesn't kind of help spread the word, because people don't see what's going on in there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And do you think that people are coming back to your events again and again because they know that there is this consistency in quality and communication in all aspects of business and heels? So it's the online presence, it's the in-person events, it's the quality of your speakers and the beautiful attention to detail that you have in your events. Is that why you think people keep coming back?
I do. I think that, all of those things are super important, and I think that people like to know what they're going to get, and if you're showing them and you're being consistent and giving them what they're expecting, then that makes them feel safe and warm, and it helps people to keep coming back all the time, because they know what they're getting, which is really important.
Yeah, and I think you're a really good facilitator in doing that too.
Thank you.
Maybe you've had a lot of practice over the years in different scenarios, and
I guess I've never run my own events before, but being in the corporate world and sort of doing the roles that I did, I've done lots of corporate events and been involved in organising and facilitating them. So I think for me it's just something that's kind of natural and innate that I just tend to do. So. I think about what I would want if it was me, and that's what I try to deliver to the people that are coming to our events and that are engaging in our community and in our group.
And they do come and you're very warmly greeted, and it's like seeing old friends, isn't it?
It is,
It has that feeling.
Yeah, the group has, we go through cycles. We have faces that come along to all the events, and then it might change over a bit and we might get some new faces, and then we have the regular faces and then the new faces every month too. So there's always going to be a few new people every month. But I think that, that's part of the whole scope of running events, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Change it up a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Meet new people, and it's really exciting to go somewhere familiar, but you know that you're going to meet some beautiful people while you're there.
And it's always going to be that little bit different to keep it interesting and keep it exciting, but still familiar and easy for people to come along to.
So, to cap this off, I really want to hear your thoughts on this. What are your top tips for business owners who are looking to build their communities through events of their own? Because I think that you'd have some really great insights for us.
Well, I think the one thing I've learnt, and through trial and error, is when you're running regular events, I think consistency is key, and I sort of touched on this before, but for me it's really a location thing. So I've kind of learnt along the way to keep my location as consistent as possible. I think when people sort of know where they're going, how they're getting there, what the parking's like, and there's no surprises, it just equals a really easy decision. It's like, I'll go because I know exactly how that's all going to work out. When in the early days I was changing locations every time, that was really difficult for me, and it was time consuming. But also I think for other people, they've got to think more. They've got to think about where it is, how they're going to get there, is there going to be parking, all those kind of things, and that makes the decision that little bit harder to reach. Number 2 is, I think, about keeping your community engaged. So as we said before, I have a Facebook group, and I'm really active in keeping that engaged and keeping it a really good, nice, happy place too. We don't like lots of spam, so we have theme days, and Monday through to Friday we have different themes so that people can actually engage and stay on topic. And then on the weekends we open it up for promotion, because we still want people to be able to use that space as a place they can promote themselves, because it's part of networking. It's why we do networking. But we like to keep that sort of a little bit more condensed. And we have some amazing sponsors on board now as well that sponsor us annually. So we like to keep some space for them during the week to be able to do their promotion and to give us great things to think about and keep us entertained with topics and ideas and things like that. So number 2, definitely keeping your community engaged, whether that be through a Facebook group or even regular emails, newsletters, that kind of thing. And number 3, I think, is about providing really good value. I think, when people are spending their own hard-earned cash to come along to your event, they want to walk away thinking, wow, that was really great, and what a great night I had, but what good value it was. And, I do that via my sponsors, making sure I've got great sponsors on board, providing good value for them as well as making sure I've got great goodie bags with lots of things in there for people to take away, because everyone loves a good goodie bag.
They do.
Everyone loves
they
going
really
home
do.
and seeing what's in there. So, we try to do a good job of that and making sure there's lots of fantastic new products in there and bits and pieces for people to really go home and have a good time with. And I think, the experience, you've got to make sure that the experience that people go home with is of value too, that they go home thinking, I achieved the things I wanted to achieve, and that might be meeting someone that they needed to meet, with a product or a service that they're looking for. And I think more importantly, going along and meeting someone that they can help. I think when they go home and they think, wow, that was a great night and I got great value, not only through the things that I received and the food and the nibblies and things like that, but also the connections that they've made. So, all those things with a good bout of fun, and I think that makes a really good event.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I agree. High five to that, yeah. There have been so many valuable insights just in those tips alone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And if you want to connect with Tarnya, you can do so at www.contentmagazine.com.au. And I just want to thank you for those incredible insights.
You're very welcome.